Hello, this is Show 83. This is round 8 of AOR this season at the French Grand Prix at Circuit Paul Ricard in the Ferrari once again, loading a setup here. It's a track I do actually quite like. I hadn't done much practice before this week, but then during the week I really came to like this track, so hopefully I can get a good result because it flows very well and it's very satisfying when you get it right, but it's quite difficult to get right as well with all the track limits, as you can probably expect. But now this is my first lap in quali and it's very early on in the session. And coming down the last corner now, so currently George is on the purple lap with a 30.3. My PB was a 30.3, but I'd be surprised if I equal that in the session. So coming across the line now, it's been a pretty awful lap. It's a 31.1, so I've got a lot of time to gain on that. And you can see this is my second run, and I've invalidated the first lap of this run, but into the start of the second lap of this run, and just the first sector, because it was a very good first sector. I want to show it, and yeah, going into the first corner, very nicely run through there, and already up at 10th on my previous lap, which is very good. So coming down towards the next corner now, and braking just after contributed board 4th gear, and then now into 3rd gear for the second part of it. And now 2nd gear for the hairpin, very nice section this, and Ben has gone fastest with his 29.7. There's no way I'm getting that lap time sorted out, and I'm already 3/10 up almost, coming down towards the straight. So yeah, very good lap so far, and now it's even better lap. You can see coming through the last sector now with almost 6/10 up on the previous lap, so it's going to be about, then I actually cut it there by about 1 millimeter, maybe 2 millimeters, and unfortunately that's invalid on my lap, but that was going to be like a 30.5 or something like that, which would have been really good because I often bottle qualifying. So if I could get a 30.5 in, that would be very nice, but unfortunately I invalidated it because I ran off the track very slightly at the second last corner. Now this is my best lap in quali, and you can see already going down towards turn 1 as the car came out of the pits. That's George, who's got off the track as well as he could, but yeah, still compromised the line. Not much he could do about that, but it's just a bit of a stupid pit lane, but that has compromised me massively through turn 1 and 2, and I'm already a 10th down, which is not good because you saw on the previous lap I was a 10th up by this point, so I've basically lost 2/10 on what I could have done. And I missed that apex there, which is not ideal, but then that one was alright. And now coming down to hairpin, taking that pretty well and getting good traction on the exit, trying to get as a good run as possible onto the big straight, the long straight on the longest straight on the track, with a DRS zone on it. With currently about level with my previous lap, but that's obviously nothing to shout about really because I was 3/10 up by this point last lap. So yeah, this lap hasn't been brilliant so far, but hopefully I can claw it back in the last sector. Going down towards the next corner, you can brake on contributed board and try and take a lot of curb. Not really the best run through there, but I've still gained time with the previous lap. The traction must have been terrible before because I'm now 2/10 up in the hot lap mode on the ERS, and now into overtake as we're in the higher gears. This corner's easily flat out in every qualifying and race both, and now all the braking boards are gone, which kind of hamper my turning point a bit. For this right-hander, taking a lot of you can take a lot more speed than I did there through that, but I didn't on that lap for some reason because I'm probably quite bad. So now clipping the curve quite hard on the inside there, that corner is very difficult to get right with no line. And now coming down towards the last corner, braking just at the 15-meter board and turning in there as well, and we're 2/10 up, or about 2/10 up, braking down to the last corner, turning right, hairpin corner, that's pretty self-explanatory, and coming down towards the line, it's going to be 2.5 improvement, and it's a 30.9, which is not very good. I could have got a lot more time out of that, but obviously you saw the lap kind of fall apart as I was going through it. So yeah, that's left me 11th place though, which is pretty good because the super soft to soft is a lot faster than the ultra soft to soft. So if I was going to be outside the top 6, I'd rather be 11th than like anywhere from 7th to 10th. So I'll definitely take that. Not the worst position to start in, and that means I can start on super softs, as I said. And I think quite a few of you saw, I think 2 people in the top 10 were on super softs, and the rest were on ultras. You can do a 1-stop for ultras, but it is quite difficult, and I think a lot of people on in this tier are going to do a 2-stop, but that's their problem really. So now coming on to the 5 red lights for the French Grand Prix from 11th place on the grid. And it's lights out and away we go. It looks like a pretty good launch compared to the Toros over Surf ahead of me, and Badman to the right. I'm going to switch to the right hand side of the track. Hit Ethan a bit, lost the back end quite a lot there. He had to back out because I almost took him out, to be honest, but he didn't retire luckily. Neither did I. Neither of us got damaged, so nothing really happened there. I've gone running outside of everyone. I think there's a bit of carnage on the inside there. So I'm running outside of a few cars in turn 1. I'm braking down towards this corner, very cautious. Quite a few cars going wide. I'm going to try to switch to the inside, which gives me the outside line for the hairpin. Try 2nd gear and being pushed off a little bit. I think there's cars on the inside, maybe with damage or something, but I've had to go off the track there. Not really much choice in that, and I've been hit on the exit as well. So on it, I've got a car side by side, so I can't say that flat, and the horse suspect goes running outside. The legal overtakes have gone, but I don't really think I have much choice because there were cars on the inside. I had to kind of go off the track, otherwise I would have been like involved in a crash. So now the horse suspect just ahead, trying to brake early, making sure not to run into the back of him, as that would be very bad decision at this point in the race. But I'm up to 8th, so that's not a bad first lap really. And the fourth suspect just ahead. is going to be my next target to try and pass. But he's on the ultra softs. So the ultra softs last about 6 laps. He can get out of them, but it's very difficult to stretch. I need much more than that. But over the inside of the full suspect, maybe Beno back out of that. No chance of I'm making that move. But yeah, so it is possible you can put on lap 6 or 7 and go to the end, but there's a super soft strategy. You can go to about lap 10 or 11 or 12 even, and it's still fine. And now the lap 2, just behind Doors Suspect, now breaking 100 meter board, taking a lot of curve on the inside, but not really enough that lap. I could have taken it a bit better, but now a bit of oversteer and exit as well. But Badman has got even more oversteer, and he's almost in the wall there. I think he might have clipped it, but he's still going in the race. But that's giving me a free position up into 7th now, just behind the 4th Suspect. You can see on the map 2, the top 6 have all kind of broken away. The top 3, especially of Fenham, Wessel, and Ben, are all very quick. So yeah, they're very much out of reach in most races. But now through this next corner, the 4th Suspect's gone pretty wide there, and that sort of allow me to gain time with him. And so now on lap 3, just half a lap later, we're right behind him now, coming down towards the end of the first sector for the hairpin, trying to get a good exit, line up a move down the long straight into the chicane, and trying to take this as flat as possible. But no, it isn't. It never really is flat, but you've got to just lift as little as you can. And now overtake mode, ERS into overtake mode. It flew into Rich. DRS is open, and we're in the slipstream to full subsection. Switch to the outside because he's gone defensive, breaking 100 meter board, trying to leave him space on the inside, down to 3rd gear. We're running outside now after 4th Suspect, and he's just about had to yield that position. It's going to be the inside line for the right hander after the chicane, and now that position done. And the 4th Suspect just behind is going to maybe get in slipstream and look for a move, but it's I don't think he's going to try to be inside there. Tried just about leaving space, but he backed out of that pretty sensibly. And that is that position gained, so up into 6th place now. But you can see Ludibert and I think the Sour of George just ahead, falling away from the top 3, and they're in a little battle, so maybe I can start catching them. And now on lap 4, I've used all my ERS, so I've got to put that in low for a few laps. But George has left the session, unfortunately. He's disconnected just ahead out of 4th place, so unlucky, but I'll take it. It's going to be a free position. Ludibert's also going to peel into the pits on lap 4. That's very early, so I'm quite surprised there. There's no way he's going to the end on softs, so he's going to be on a 2-soft strategy, which kind of rules him out of my battle, because yeah, there's no way he's catching me up, even on the with 2 sets of super softs or whatever. But yeah, passing George now, but passing his ghost car for the 4th place, and that is kind of where I want to be, because the top 3, also, as I said, are in a league of their own. So now you can see lap 11, Fenham is just ahead on his super softs. He's all pitted this lap. I'm going to follow him into this lap. You can see the rest of the midfield, if Ethan and a few other cars just behind him, who have already pitted, I think. Yeah, pitted once. Ethan hasn't pitted yet. He started on the softs. But yeah, I've got really good pace, surprisingly. So yeah, I'm really happy with this so far. Definitely, it's been a bit of a quiet race, but I'll take it definitely. And down into the pit stop was a pretty good stop from Ferrari, and I'm going to cut the pits now. And most of these cars have got another stop to make. You can see the Renault going past of the 4th Suspect who were battling before the stops, but now Warblaze going to go past as well. Is his teammate though, so Iron Weasel coming out of the pits. I'm going to try and get a good exit out of the pit lane, try and get good traction. He's not really close enough to move. He's going to maybe try up the inside, but he has to back out of it pretty sensibly. That's pretty crucial to get a good free air for the outlap, and that means I can start pressuring the next few cars up the road, as starting with like War Blazer guns, and I think that's Slow Cabbages and 4th Suspect as well, who are battling pretty hard over what is 6th place at the minute. But War Blazer guns is going to peel into the pits as he's on super softs, and he's going to go probably on softs to the end, which is a pretty interesting strategy. I'll be honest, quite surprised by that, but he's done it anyway. So yeah, down to turn 1, you can see Slow Cabbages and 4th Suspect going very hard at it, battling, and that's giving me a chance to gain quite a bit of time on him, as they're both on very old super softs. So I'm really gaining a lot of time now, and Sorry Cabbage is just ahead. We try and catch up with him down to 3rd gear and 2nd gear for the hairpin. It's a very nice section of track, and I've actually run wide there, but no harm done really. And Sorry Cabbage is also run wide, so nothing gained really compared to him. So I'm into overtake mode, and Rich Fix now down the straight. And in the slipstream, DRS is open. He's on very odd tyres, as I said, so it shouldn't be too much of a difficult move. We're up the inside. He's going to maybe squeeze the inside a little bit, but we've got that move pretty much done before the braking zone, and breaking the 100 meter board, trying to take as much curve as I can on the narrow line. So done that pretty well there. 3rd gear for both parts of the corner on this occasion, but normally it's 4th and then 3rd. But because I'm side by side, thought I should probably brake a bit more than normal. But now a lap later onto the next lap 14, and the 4th Suspect now just ahead. But he's on super soft as well, so it's not crucial to get this move done, because obviously we're not on the same strategy. I'm going to the end and he isn't, so but I would like to overtake him anyway, because I want to get the clear air and keep putting the lap times in, open the gap up to the cars behind me. Like Someone Gymnastics going to the end, so he could be one to watch, maybe coming to the end of the race. But down in the slipstream DRS, the high RS modes, as I said, and Rich Mix, I saved a lot of ERS before the pit stop to use at this point. And now we're trying to make a move into turn 1. Well, we're not making a move into turn 1, but we've got a very close into turn 1. Got a bit of oversteer there because of the dirty air, and now coming down towards the next part of the track. Very nice opening section to the lap. Braking just after 100 meter board, well, where the 100 meter board used to be before it got taken out on lap 1, I think. And now coming down towards the hairpin, trying to not run off the track this time, and we do that pretty well. Trying to open up the next corner, but you got to lift off quite a bit on the soft tyres, definitely. But in qualifying, it's very nearly flat in that section. Rich mix and overtake mode. We're quite far back, so if we're going to make a move into the hairpin, into the chicane, I'll be very pleased. But we're getting quite a lot now on the fourth suspect. He's gone defensive. I'm going to switch to the outside line. Maybe make a move running outside, braking very late. But he's got that inside line, so I'm going to have to back out of that. But maybe landing up a move for the next corner. He's got a bit of oversteer on exit. And we're trying to make a move now. We're trying to get back into slipstream for the next part of the track. And for the fast right-hander, we're maybe going to try and run the outside, but this probably won't come off into this corner. But we're lining up moving to the following corner. Try to keep it there. Running outside, he's got to leave his face, so he can't take it the optimal line. But running outside now into the fast right-hander. Braking just down to fourth gear. Side by side with fourth suspect. Very close racing. Very good, clean racing as well. For exactly what AOR wants, really, when people sign up. And a very nice battle there. We're just about the inside third gear for this next corner. We had the inside line, so that's made the move pretty straightforward in the second part there. But running outside was very nice. And up the inside, he's dived up the inside last corner, so we're leaving space there. Or the second last corner, I should say, but the last corner, I do have the inside line, braking as much as possible and running out of road on the exit, and he's had to yield that position. I'm now up into 6th place, but it's actually a net 4th, I believe, because of everyone pitting ahead of me. But we've got an achievement as well, which means I can't really see the proximity arrow. He might be on the side, but no, he isn't. And I've held that position. It also cut the turn 2, which is not ideal. But yes, that position gained, and now onto lap 17 a couple of hours later, and Ludimer is in the pits from 4th place. Ethan pitted a lap before as well, so that's me up into 4th place now. Quite a long way behind the top 3, as they are in a class of their own, really. And that was the end of the race. So yeah, 4th place, very solid result, really, and the top 3 very quick. It's kind of like a best of the rest position, if you will. But we got easily ahead of the midfield, really. Ludimer was our closest rival, and he's 9 seconds behind without penalties, so I don't know how many penalties he had. But either way, I'm 4th pretty comfortably, 6 seconds of penalties, which isn't good because I should have got 3 at most, probably. But that's going to be the video. Dutchman 1 from Fenham and Ben, the podium. I'll take 4th place, definitely. And I hope you have enjoyed. If you didn't, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. This has been JO83, and I will see you next time.